Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. And guess what? 4 awesome decks, including new secret top rank stuff and so much more. We're going to begin with a deck from Desperate Jill. Desperate Jill is a player you might remember from the uh, July meta, where he was a top 5 player in the Infinite Leaderboard. This is a player from China. Uh, Desperate Jill is taking place in the Marvel Snap Asia Championships, and so we're able to see his decks again here in the West, where we have not been for the previous several months. And well, these decks are always awesome. So I'm happy to present this Desperate Jill deck. This is a deck that is clearly meant to answer a bounce meta, and thus Desperate Jill took this into the tournament and went 3-0, absolutely rocking 3 straight players, being able to counter a lot of what the meta is trying to do and be an extraordinarily powerful deck. You can find Desperate Jill on twitter.com/Zuzia, and then if you want all those numbers, please pause and grab them. This deck needs Wiccan, Alive, Thena, Kate, and Kitty. Silver Sable can be Iceman, Speed can be Gladiator, and Mobius can be Cosmo. Nice, simple replacements. If you don't have Gladiator to replace Speed, you just want the biggest 3 you can find. Your whole goal for that spot is something that can really help claim you priority. All right, so Desperate Jill was number 3 in July and has come up with yet another awesome bounce killer of a list. So turn 1, you want Maria Hill if you need a 2, Sable if not. Turn 2, you want Kate if you need a 1 or you don't have a 3, Thena if not. Turn 3, Mobius if it counters the meta versus Speed. So if you're playing against Bounce, then you know you're going to want to get Mobius down early, right? If you're playing against a deck that looks like it might be doing Mockingbird Sasquatch stuff, you want to get Mobius down. If you're not playing against that kind of stuff, feel free to go straight into Speed. Or if you had Thena in hand and you have that extra 1, like a Kitty Pryde, go Thena in a 1. That's also pretty damn good. Turn 4, Wiccan. Wiccan is a snap condition in this list. Is better than the 3+1. 3+1 is obviously what you're doing if you're Thenaing. If you don't have Wiccan or you're not getting Thena going, this can be hard to win with, fair warning. However, Sandman is still an incredibly strong card and can buy you a lot of wins, especially if you have Mobius, so that your opponent's stuff all costs 1 more and yours does not. Meanwhile, you can also feel fine playing a 3+2 if this is when you drop Mobius against a bounce deck with a 2-drop, like a Kate, that's a potential bounce condition. And then you're ending turn 6 with Alioth or Magneto. If you have Wiccan out, you can play Alioth or Magneto plus Shadow King, which is just absolutely insanely strong. We are not going to talk about yesterday's Storm deck, but the number 1 deck on the Infinite Leaderboard is a Storm deck, and we talked about it in yesterday's video. If you missed that, we're actually going to talk about the thumbnail deck, which is going to be a Typhoid Mary deck, but where we are for this one is this list is incredibly strong into the meta. I think that the metagame needs this list, so I'm strongly urging all my viewers to start playing it. I think you're going to have a lot of success with this against a lot of different archetypes. This meta is fundamentally countered by this deck. The entire meta will struggle into this, even if you don't get Wiccan going. Mobius plus Thena is a lot of power. Being able to Sandman opponents is going to really mess people up if you have Mobius. If so Mobius says Black Swan doesn't work, right? Sandman says not only do all your ones cost 1, they now go up to 2, and you've just won. You're gonna win like every time with that play, and there's nothing Bounce can do about it. And then you can also just win if you don't see any of that stuff by getting Wiccan, extra energy, using Alioth, using Shadow King, using that type of card to really shut the opponent's game plan off, while your Thena gets huge and uncounterable. So again, play this list, love this list, win with this list. Also, subscribe to this channel. Love this channel. Stick around this channel. We bring you a new Marvel Snap video every single day. This week, for episode 100 of our podcast, we will be interviewing Glenn Jones, the lead designer of the game. We bring you at least 4 new decks every single day. We have done between 8 and 9 videos every week. We just did our first live stream. We give you more Marvel Snap content than anyone in this entire game. If you want the best and most consistent Marvel Snap content, your one-stop shop for all things Marvel Snap, then this is the channel for you. Hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 15,000, and we're only like 300 away, which is mind-boggling. I was hoping we get there by the end of December, but we're almost there. Help us break the barrier of 15,000 subscribers, please. A like and a comment would also go a really long way to showing us to more people and helping us out with that algorithm. It can also enter you to win our new new season pass starting on this video. That's right. Starting today, we are giving away 5 Cert season passes. Certer is the new season pass card. It is a 3/5, and when you play a card that costs 10 or more power, Certer gets +3. So if you can play on turn 4 and turn 5, 10 power cards, Certer is going to be a 3/11. And not only is Certer 3/11, at that point, because you've played all these 10s, your Scar is insane. So this is a Scar combo piece for this new season, and it's a must freaking have card. So please make sure you win your Certer by subbing, liking, and then later this video, I'm going to tell you what specifically to comment. All you have to do is answer that question in the comments, and you're entered to win a season pass. If you watched yesterday's video, you already know what the question is. All right, we also have a Pokemon Pocket channel. Please check it out. It's called our show there is called the Pocket Meta, and the game comes out this Wednesday. So if you want a Marvel Snap like Pokemon game, make sure you check it out and check out our videos on it. Okay, buddies, Typhoid Sera, ready? This list is awesome. We've seen a lot of Sera lists that do a really great job of countering all the nonsense in the meta. This is yet another one of those. What I think is really cool about this list, and I'm going to just straight up say this, I think that this is a massive, hilarious move, is you're using Hazmat here not as like an Ajax enabler. You've got Luke Cage, and you're just saying if you're playing Bounce, you're filling up every spot on your board, right? Hazmat's then playing for like a 212. That's awesome. It's just saying Hazmat's huge. Hazmat is a ton of power. It is putting a Doctor Doom in every lane if you're filling all your spots, or close enough to a Doctor Doom in every lane if the opponent is filling all their spots, which works amazingly with Omega Red, which is giving you +4, and now you're like +7 in every lane between Hazmat and Omega Red, and it's just a hilarious play that I wish I had thought of sooner because I think it's absolutely incredible. And that's like, that Hazmat thing is fine, right? But sometimes you're just going to Killmonger it off. Sometimes you're just going to Man Thing and say your big things don't really matter. They're going to drop a werewolf or a bishop, and you're going to Red Guardian it. Whatever you want, this is awesome, and I urge you to try it. Props to Buddy for coming up with this. It also just says Typhoid Mary, which is just saying I just have a big freaking beat stick to win a lane. Typhoid Mary and Man Thing just wins a lane. Omega Red and Man Thing just wins a lane. This is a ton of power. It's really, really, really hard for opponents to counter. You can find Buddy at youtube.com/@BuddySnap. Please check out Buddy's deck guide to this over on his channel. Buddy's awesome. Let's see if we can help our friend get monetized. The only high series card you really need for this list is Man-Thing. Because let's look back. Series 3, Series 3, Series 5, Series 3, Series 3, Series 2, Series 3, Series 5, Series 3, Series 3, Series 4, Series 3, Series 3. It's pretty damn cheap, right? U.S. Agent can be Shang-Chi, but you're going to need to find space for Zabu at that point, because at that point you're running 4 4s, and now you really want Zabu. Red Guardian can be Shang-Chi or Cosmo. It's worth remembering that Red Guardian is, for this particular list, better than Shang or Cosmo. However, the caveat, the counterpoint to that is that Cosmo in the last turn of the game, like Red Guardian, significantly better late. Cosmo in the last turn of the game is absolutely incredible for this list. Also, we have our last Agent Venom to give away right now, and the winner was Daniel Passarella. So Daniel, please reach out through email, through Twitter, or through Discord in order to find me and claim your Agent Venom Season Pass. All right, so Typhoid is finally meta with this list. There's another Typhoid Darkhawk list that we have to cover relatively soon. I played both. This one felt better. This one feels significantly better into the meta. It feels like it's absolutely smashing what a lot of opponents are trying to do. So turn 2, you want turn 1 you're passing, turn 2 you want Agent Venom or pass. Like literally, you don't play Shadow King, you're just waiting until turn 3 to start. And turn 3 you're choosing Luke or Ghost. Because you're playing so little, if you can choose to play Luke in a lane that they're not really bouncing in, you can often skip the Ghost and just be totally freaking fine. If there's a Bishop out or something like that, though, just drop your Red Guardian there and go to town. Get rid of that right away. However, Red Guardian will often come out on turn 4 for exactly that reason, where you know, like, where you're going to be sort of getting rid of something. Don't hesitate to do it there. If not, you're just choosing a 4. You want to lose priority with your 4, right? So Omega Red can be dangerous because it's really hard to lose priority with Omega Red, so you might want to save that for later. Typhoid Mary can help you lose priority because she's going to, but she also opens you up to Shang. Therefore, the 4 I most likely want to do is Man Thing. All right, turn 5, Sera or Luke in a 2. and you can just play that right on in the same lane. So now you've got like 2 or 3 cards in one lane and nothing else, so it's very easy to lose priority. If you didn't see Sarah, now you're going to do Luke or Ghost and a 2-drop, and now you're fine playing Hazmat if you must. Turn 6, you want a tech card, Shadow King or Killmonger, whichever makes more sense. Sometimes both. When Shadow King costs 1 and Killmonger costs 2, and that's a 3 investment, that's fine. Hazmat and a 4 is fine. You just sort of figure out what math makes you win. Cool. That is this list. It is very strong, and I urge you to give it a try. I thought this was Buddy sent this to me, and I was like, Buddy, this is nonsense. And then I played it and I was like, Buddy, you're a mad genius. This list is awesome. You've got fake Doctor Doom in Hazmat Omega Red. It's hilarious. Play this list. Profit. If you'd like to see gameplay for these decks, please check out the stream team. In particular, today's Gregor2424's day, and Obihaved will later today have a video up with yesterday's decks, including the #1 deck currently in Marvel Snap. All right, last chance review for Toxin. Ready? Toxin's a 2/1 Series 5 card, 6,000 tokens. On reveal, return your other cards here to your hand, +2 power for each return. Toxin is thus far a card that only matters in bounce. However, it is an absolute requirement in bounce. It's very easy to make this a 2/7, almost always in bounce. If you got the Agent Venom out before this, you got a 2/14, a 2/10. A 2/10 is now that's like a low roll. That's an average roll on Werewolf, like a fine little Werewolf game. That's a really high level Bishop. That is a ton of power for a bounce list to have on the board relatively early. For these reasons, I truly believe that Toxin is a must-have card for bounce enjoyers. But you're not a bounce enjoyer, you say? Then skip Toxin. However, if you think you ever want to play bounce, you must own this card going forward. It's going to be in every bounce deck from now on. Since it's going to be in every bounce deck, if you want to play bounce ever, if you have an inkling that you might want to play bounce one day, you should grab it. If you don't want to play bounce, you can skip it. However, this is not discard, this isn't Scorn, where discard will never be meta. Bounce is often close to meta or the best deck in the game, and as such, Toxin is a card to get. All good? Get this card if you have any indication that you want to play either bounce or the best deck, which bounce often is. If not, then you're free to skip it and move on. Speaking of bounce decks, Desmond sent me the Asia servers bounce list. This is the major bounce list happening in Korea right now. So it is rank 30 on the Infinite leaderboard. It's really, really strong. What it does is it says bounce has 2 swing spots. It's got a spot that it's like running like a Bishop Sage type card or a Mysterio type card. Shadow King type card. This one says Juggernaut. I might not be perfect against other bounce lists. Spider-Ham really helps there, by the way, because bounce often just has like a hit monkey or whatever that's keeping in hand to be able to play, and a couple Spider-Hams will handle that bullshit real well. But Juggernaut saying, if you're not playing bounce, I just get a free lane, and now you have to beat my one stupid bounce lane. My lane that I can stack up multiple demons and hit monkey into. And now good friggin' luck. This list is super powerful and absolutely phenomenal, and I urge you to check it out. You can find Desmond streaming on YouTube all the time, mostly streaming on YouTube all the time at youtube.com/@DesmondKorea. Desmond is one of the best and most important players in the game, one that you might not have heard of, but creates many, many meta decks that show up in America later down the line. Or, sorry, I guess America/Europe later down the line. The only high series card you really need for bounce decks right now is Black Swan. Although for Hitmonkey, you do need Sage or Werewolf. If you have one of the three, you should be able to play Bounce just fine. You can also throw an Iron Man in there, but you can't play Iron Man without Hitmonkey, Sage, or Werewolf. Agent Venom can be Shadow King, although Agent Venom is phenomenal and really, really important. Toxin can be Bishop, Sage, or Werewolf. Sliver Sable, Nico, and Spider-Ham can be Iceman, Kate, Bishop, Korg, Hawkeye, Bishop, Sage, Werewolf. You want at least 4 ones, but this deck has 5, so feel free to cut 1 more as required. It does feel good to have that extra 1 drop, though. All right, so Kalen 1500 is the name of the player that's in the top 30 with this globally. Turn 1, you want Sable over Hood over Ham. Turn 2, you want Agent Venom over Swan over 1s. Turn 3, you can bounce, or you can play the other of Agent Venom and Swan with a 1, and then you're going to bounce on turn 4. Turn 4, Swan and 1s. This is your last Swan chance, and Swan by 4 is a snap condition, so it's Agent Venom by 2, and then you're going to bounce. Turn 5, you want to bounce again and trigger Swan, and then turn 6, free 1s, Monkey, Juggernaut. Enjoy your cubes. Love this list. Check it out. No one's going to expect the Juggernaut. You will get huge cube wins with it until people adjust to the fact that you're running this extra awesome tech card. season pass question is, I did a tier list on Saturday. If you're interested in seeing it, please check out our live stream on Saturday where I went for 3 hours tiering every series 4 and 5 card. If you watched that, what did you think of it? If you missed it, what do you think of me streaming? But also, the other question you're answering is, what do you want to see from streams that I do? What would get you to invest or give a stream a try? And some will be an hour, some will be 3 hours, some will be a half hour. There's no guarantee of time here. What do you want to see from these streams that isn't just gameplay for all the decks I show? I'm looking for some really creative and interesting answers, and I will happily credit anyone who comes up with them. So if you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. That's how you enter to win the new season pass card, Surtur. If you would like a full Spotlight Cash Guide, make sure you stay tuned here this weekend. We will be doing that here as well. All right, Chris, new Agent Hawk. This is a awesome deck. This deck needed an update when Rockslide changed, right? And Chris came up with it. I thought we might end up going in a way where Zabu was going to come back in these decks and we'd run more 4-drops, but instead we just sort of adjust around the cards and we're totally fine. So like out goes Grandmaster, in comes Absorbing Man, and we end up in mostly the same spot as this is a very, very strong list into the metagame right now. Juggernaut and Cosmo are really, really good against Bounce. Black Widow says you can't draw cards, and that's really, really great in that matchup as well. And Iron Man is one of the few cards that lets you go tall enough to really compete. You can find on twitter.com/Chris11 is how you can find this player. You need Darkhawk and Agent Venom. Cassandra Nova can be speed or Negasonic. I'm curious to find Negasonic. I'm starting to consider Negasonic like a 5-power card. Like if Negasonic's a 3/5, that can be bigger. That can force your opponent to play awkwardly. It's probably worth putting in more decks. Sable can be Iceman, or you can just run Grandmaster in that spot. We're in KD5. Turn 1, you want Korg over Silver Sable. Turn 2, you want Agent Venom over 1s. Then you want Black Widow over Cassandra Nova. And then if you Black Widow or Cassandra Nova, I strongly would consider Absorbing Man. The -2 to their whole deck is really, really powerful. The second Widow's Kiss is really, really powerful. Rockslide is great. Turn 5, Darkhawk Iron Man, and then you can play the other of Darkhawk Iron Man with a 1, or more likely play Mystique to copy the Darkhawk/Iron Man, and then Juggernaut or Cosmo, whichever the game calls for. Cosmo against Bounce, Juggernaut against everything else. Win, profit, enjoy, be happy. This list is very strong, very cool. Like, I don't know. I got a little heat at the top of the tier list of Series 4 and 5 cards was Darkhawk, because Darkhawk is just something you can always play at the top of the game. Even when Darkhawk wasn't good in June, it ended up being like the number 2 deck on the Infinite Leaderboard. It was the number 1 deck on the Infinite Leaderboard in July, right? Like, it keeps getting, Second keeps trying to figure out ways to nerf it because it remains so consistently freaking powerful. It is worth having, worth playing, worth messing with. I strongly urge you to give this list a try. I have it in my game right now. Questions of the day, and then we will be out of here. So, Mandatory Burnout asks what new card I'm most looking forward to. And the card I'm most looking forward to is the first card of next month. That's not a Season Pass card. It is Frigga. Frigga is a 3/3 that copies the last card you played. But copy the last card you played is always interesting because that means it's going to copy that card with all its buffs. So if I can get a decent Sage going, or if I can get better, a really, really solid, like if I can play a Frigga on turn 4, I can copy either a 1/6 demon or right, like just play both on turn 4, or if I played second Toxin, I'm now gonna have it starting 2/7 extra Toxin to play, and that seems like it's incredibly strong. I think Frigga is gonna be a great, great card. It could end up being frustrating, but I think I'm very excited to mess with it. MTL wants to know what variant makes me happy, and it is the ultimate Adam Warlock. It's an Alex Horley. Alex Horley is one of my favorite artists. My favorite like comic artist in the game is probably either Alex Horley or Jay McKelvey. I mean, not counting Kirby, I guess. Kirby is hard to beat. But oh, sorry, click the wrong button. Ultimate Adam Warlock basically means I love Adam Warlock so much. I love Alex Art so much that I spent 6,000 tokens, or however many ultimates are, I'll never buy one, on a freaking Adam Warlock. But how cool is this Adam Warlock? This amazing Adam Warlock with the Infinity Gauntlet. I love it. It's gorgeous. And I decided to pick a variant that I didn't play because I can choose when I see variants I play, right? But when I see this variant, I know that someone was like, yeah, I'm going to freaking whale out and spend a bunch of tokens on Adam freaking Warlock because this piece of art is badass, and I love that. It makes me very happy. So cheers to support on our Patreon come with honor. Thanks. I'd like to say thank you to a bunch of people. I'm going to start with the great Abigail Giesland. Hello, Abigail. Mandatory burnout. Hope you're doing well, burnout. Regardless, it is a word. David G. Wingfield, who, you know, has a casual and friendly relationship with Pixel Hellcow. Direwolf. Been a long time, Direwolf. Hope you're doing well. Always kind LAB. FaThorNewman, please check him out on Twitch. My stream is largely thanks to his help and support in getting me set up. Good Dog Gamer. I've been playing your list and I suck with it, which is why I didn't feature it. I'm really sorry. I'm sure it's great because you rock at this game, but I am not having success. Ink. Hello, Ink, the Graphite Fanatic. I am Frostman. You sure are. J. Narit. I still don't remember what the J stands for and would like you to tell me. Thinking Poker. Welcome, Thinking Poker. Primed Ryan. Hope you're doing well, Ryan. People, please check out Prime Mind, Ryan's wonderful app. Ryan Burke Avenue, where I grew up. Ryan Woody. It was Ryan's Town. All right, Care takes lead. The King questions coming all the way from Japan. It's Koirei, my current alliance leader. Black Dahlia, Pyrophoros. Hey Pyro. The Goat Seeker, another one of our wonderful alliance leaders. We just had 3 in a row of those. Archangel 3K. Hollowed. Hope you're doing well, Hollowed. Quid Pro Joe. No Joe K, but not Joe P. It's Quid. He believes in quid pro Joe. Doctor the Kingdom Marvel Snap Card content. Fat Nick, Mr. Kerfuffle, Ginger Prime, hey Ginge, Philip Ratkovich, Ratgo, who is very good at this game apparently and believes the European server is better than the American server. What say you? Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Danger Zone, Rob Silverman, one of our OGs, the Notorious Bizza, Black Jeebus, who is a much more modern Notorious person, X vs V, and Skippy G, whose birthday it was yesterday. How's it feel to be getting old, Skippy? Jessica Gamble, who is getting the Patreons a bounce tutorial video from yours truly and hopefully another top player so I can have someone to talk through it with. Tommy Nyquist, the winner of Snapchat's League Season 1, the King of Bros, bruh, the great Kazoo, Kev C. Hoda, hope you're doing well, Kev, Corwin, who is, and I just need to remember to fix Q-Town before I upload the next video, Luna Chris, hey Luna, John Q, and Jimmy McHugh, Clam, 8th Sage, who we got a question from yesterday, Monster Pre-Models, Norman Osborne, the Green Goblin, Steven, Andrew Flannery, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Jason B, who's running the deck archive and the end of real name time, the Fuzzy Dunlap, Spectrumix, Hoot, Matt H, the only Matt H we need, DJ Mikey Hijinks, no freaking flex, Ocularis, Mr. Craig Sterry, BG, Zodrix. Thank you so much. To go check out Zodrix on Twitch. And while you're there, you can check out the King of Canada as well, who should have a video up later. Oh no, he has a video from last week. He's now Wednesday, not Sunday anymore. Poopies, days are hard. Deadman Falcon on YouTube with the best split content around. Jonesy, who's covering 3 decks all the time on the Triple Threat. Former history teacher, 2 ties, you know we love teachers. The great Lauren Whatevs. The Pirate King Tuccrr, who you should check out on everything. He's amazing. He's a star. And of course, the one and only Gunny T, where the T stands for tomorrow we've got yet another video for you. I know you should be excited. I'm going to try and stream some Pokemon Pocket on Wednesday too, so if you're curious to that, make sure you check out that channel. There's a Pokemon Pocket video right there. Right below there is a wonderful Marvel Snap video that has the current #1 deck, and you can sub by clicking that button right below me. Don't hesitate, do it now. Peace.